Radio. I don't know who stole mine, but apparently I stole somebody else's.
All right.
It's a lot today. But other than that, today's a beautiful day. I don't put this Freddy Krueger sweater on and it's hot as hell.
I was just talking about
It
it. I was
is
like, yeah,
warmer this today than
I
expected.
swear to God, like I'm on the third floor of my house, and it felt like every bit of the heat that's been on just got trapped up here.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we're in an eclipse of a warming because we're expecting a cold front. They're actually expecting snow for Christmas. So
That'd be nice. Winter solstice is on what, December 21st? It's gonna be cold as hell.
yeah, yeah, it's supposed to be a major cold front coming through.
Mm-mm-mm.
You can tell the weather is crazy.
Global warming.
Is that a thing?
Global warming.
Yeah.
The Antarctica is disappearing, bro.
Is
The
it?
water from the top is melting to the bottom. Have you been to the coast of Carolina? The beaches are erasing away. The houses are falling in the ocean.
Would you be
Oh wow.
surprised? Would you be surprised if I told you this is like you know, like what do you call it? Every century this is happening. Like every 100 years, this type of weather patterns and behaviors and all of that is it happens all
No,
the
I
time.
wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah.
don't particularly work in the weather field, but I do work in the insurance field, which coincides with the weather field.
No, I'm with you there.
And the statistics show that we have had more damaging weather,
Hmm.
in the last 20 to 30 years. Nobody even knows what an EF1 or EF2 tornado is anymore
Yeah.
because
Wow.
they don't happen. We're only producing threes, fours, and fives.
Yeah. The same thing with them
Oh,
hurricanes. It's like you be you
Same
be
thing with the
you be
hurricane.
lucky, like you be lucky if it turns into a tropical storm now. They coming in hot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but
Category 5
but
off
to
the
be to
ripper.
be fair, so like I can't tell you about insurance, but what I can tell you is like if you go back and look at old satellite imagery, I think people just have moved closer to where these weather events by force, right? Because like people, especially in the United States, we move this way, right? Like we move flat on land, and you go to like Asian countries, they develop this way, right? But as the years go
But that
on,
doesn't change the force of the weather.
no, but what I'm saying is when you move closer to certain environments that those events are like regular, right? Like the tides are always going to change. If you build a house on a coastal community, you're accepting a certain level of risk. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's all I mean. That's all I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we also, I mean, we got to take into account science.
Yeah,
For
for
the
sure. Like
first, the
I've never
first year
discounted
ever in history, a mosquito was found in Antarctica. Mosquitoes
oh
don't
wow.
survive in that kind of weather. But
Was it
why was a
frozen?
mosquito found? No, it wasn't frozen. The temperature is high in Antarctica. It now a fly can survive in Antarctica. 5 years ago, a fly and a mosquito couldn't survive in Antarctica. It was too cold. But now the conditions have married for insect life to be able to cohabitate in that weather. That's
That's
not
AI.
normal.
Yeah.
What's
You
going
heard me?
on?
I said that's AI.
That's
AI
AI.
fly.
That's AI fly.
Hey, I'll put it like this: by time something actually happens with global warming, it'll be somebody else's problem. We'll all be dead. And I think that's the way everybody thinks about it, and that's why nobody's doing anything about
Nobody cares
it. Nobody
until it
cares.
happens.
Let's get this money while we're
Mhm.
Until it happens.
here. We'll let heaven
Hey,
deal with it.
mm,
Damn.
man.
But nah, like, all right, so like on the topic of what y'all was discussing, I just wanted
Mhm.
to put some input in there that like if we look scientifically, psychologically at the human brain only relates to us in two ways: rationale and emotion. Most of the people that we would concur to be immature respond with the emotional side of their brain.
Yeah.
They really haven't been taught to look at rationale. Say, for instance, politics. You know what I mean? Emotions come from our environment, how we were raised, how our parents raised us, our social classification, our education, all of that puts a foreground for our emotions. So you got a lot of people out here, they don't know why they don't like black people. They don't know why they don't like white people. They don't know why they go for red versus blue, because they're not taking the intellectual side of their brain, which is found on the rationale side, and developing data or evidence, or like you said, they don't know their districts, they don't know their mayors,
Yeah.
they don't know their local politicians. But like I said, it comes from using the emotional side of your brain, man. And it's a whole lot of people caught up today, and their lives would have took a different trajectory had they used some rationale versus their emotions. People in prison, people dead, people got the wrong baby mama, the wrong baby daddy, just merely set off of emotions. But for me, I'm not a very emotional person. It take a whole lot for me to get out of character. I've never been emotional. I've always been very rational. And that is why, personally, I believe that, at my age, I've done a lot more than my counterparts who are my age. Because when I was 20, when I bought my first house at 23. Why? Because my rationale, my papa was telling me, don't you rent from nobody for forever. Like, he literally sat me down and showed me, okay, you paying $15,000 a year in renting. That could be your deposit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, when you take rationale into effect and you are balancing your checkbook, when you're looking at your income versus debt ratio, and you're just not saying, oh, I want to go buy this Scat Cat because it's the coolest car. That's an emotional decision. You got to look at your income versus debt ratio. Do you own a home yet? Are you looking to purchase a home yet? Because if we talking about equity, when we talk about blacks or upcoming class or classification, we trying to go from lower class to middle class. And how do we get there? We got to gain some kind of equity, some kind of, assets that attribute to money in the future. But a lot of people make emotional decisions. I had people tell me, ain't no reason to own a home because you never really own it. And I just be looking at them like, okay, bro, you never really own the land. Okay, bro. You ain't really sat down and looked at no data, but I'm gonna let you talk that talk because that's what you want to talk. But at the end of the day, I think if people actually sat with themselves and informed themselves a little bit more, then their maturity will rise. But yeah, we got a whole lot of people out here that think because they 18, 21, 25, 30, that they are mature, or that their age dictates it. But we also have to look at how society tells us we should grow. Society teaches us to grow in one linear goal. So society teaches us that at 18 you graduate from high school, 24 you graduate from college, by 25 you need to have a significant other, by 30 you need to be married, by 35 you need to own a house. Like, that's what society teaches us. And because we live in such a technology driven world, I can get on my phone and look at everybody that I went to school with and have an instant comparison issue. Oh, this person the same age as me and they already at this level. Or this person the same age as me and they already at this level. But what we're looking at is through a needle that society has declared for us. You know what I mean? Society says I should have graduated by now. But what we're not looking at is our progression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I haven't graduated yet, I'm still progressing. You know what I mean? I'm still attending school. I'm still working towards my goals. But that linear experience, man, that is dead and gone, bro. Like, we really got to teach ourselves to expand our knowledge of all things. Not just, I want to be a dentist and I want to go to school and be a dentist. You need to be a good mother. You need to be a good wife. You need to be a good sibling. You know what I mean? A good daughter. There's so many ways that we can expand ourselves outside of what we believe, our mission or our calling is in life. But it all starts here in the brain. And unfortunately, bro, everybody ain't got it. Everybody ain't got it. Everybody don't come. Like, when I was a kid, my mother was a librarian. It was easy for me to fall into the love of reading. And then once I started to read, I understood that nobody can take that away from me. Nobody can take my interest. Nobody can take history. Nobody can take data away from me. And so the more intellect I gain in life, the easier things are for me. Because I ain't got to listen to no old head tell me, when I was 20 years old, I did it like this. No, I'm gonna do it like this. Book said it because it's some research, some data, and some statistics that back up doing it this way versus your way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like I
Exactly.
said, for me personally, I cannot sit here and recount many emotional decisions that I made.
Hmm.
Pretty much everything in my life has been calculated because I deal with a brain that thinks on the rationale side. Now, in the same grace, I will say I've had people tell me that I need more emotion. Oh man, you too serious all the time, man. You know,
Lack empathy.
you ain't no, yeah, you ain't got no empathy. And it's just like what it's I do have empathy the first time. I have it, you know what I mean? But if you're a basket full of excuses, then I can't stretch that too much further because my logic still kicks back in. You know, you're not doing A plus B, and that's why your result is never C. You know what I mean? But I just think that a lot of people they're just not privy to it, man. They're not privy to it. The people really think that because they think with this tunnel vision, you know what I mean, that things are supposed to be a certain way because mama and daddy said so. You know what I mean? Or because I'm stuck in this little township and I've never, like the other young lady said, experiences and exposure. You got to have that experience and that exposure, whether it comes from data, statistics, analytics, or if it comes from hanging out with your papa and them. You know what I mean? But it's a whole lot of people, unfortunately, these days that deal with that. I don't think that education is driven in a black household anymore.
Oh, it's definitely
That
driven in this household. I tell
Oh,
you,
it's driven in this one too. Yeah,
I tell you
yeah,
that right there.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it's driven, and I also think that the education system should do a better part. Like we shouldn't be learning psychology 101 at 20 years old as a sophomore in college. That we need to be learning that in high school.
Yeah.
Psychology teaches us how the brain works, how relationships work, how to interact with other people, and like to be learning that at 20 years old, we should be learning that at 10 so that we do have more grace for other people. We do have more understanding for other people and how other people, you know, adapt to certain situations.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's that age versus maturity is a suffering. It is a suffering. It is a suffering. But you know, I try not to deal with people who even like that. But it is definitely a very true topic. But I think the first thing we got to do, like I said, is expand our minds, expand our educations, expand our education because that helps. And then the second thing that we got to do is, like I said, stop looking at life in one linear tunnel. You know, and that's usually most people do that depending on what society tells us we're supposed to be doing.
Grown kids.
That's what I call them.
Grown kids.
Grown kids.
Grown kids. Age ain't nothing but a number.
I don't know how for you guys it works, but like for me, what I find is whenever I set a purpose for myself, right, and that purpose also requires me to get more educated about something, those things when they run together tend to separate you from people who aren't trying or don't have some kind of purpose or focus in their life. You know what I mean? Like you stop communicating the same way with them, you stop moving a certain way, and you stop carving out pockets of time to even associate. So the more purpose you have in life, the smaller I feel like the smaller your circle gets. And then that circle becomes more of filled with like-minded people. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like-minded in the sense that y'all have the same purpose. I'm saying that they have a purpose.
Intellect.
And, correct. And they are learning every day because learning is not just elementary school, middle school, junior high school, college, right? It's a lifelong process, and most of it is actually going to be through experience because college doesn't teach you anything unless you're going there for a specific skill,
matter,
like a specific skill, right? You're going to be a doctor. They're going to teach you medicine, right? But like mainly they teach you to think critically on your own, right? About an array of topics, right? And then within those there'll be substats. Oh well, you have to think critically and look at the statistics. Well, how do I do that? Okay, now we're at a point where we can all agree that we need to think critically, but we need a tool in order to do that. and this tool is called statistics. All right, so here's this. Okay, well, how am I to think critically about the weather? Okay, well, there's this thing called the scientific method that you understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
they give you the tools and they push you to think critically about things, but they're not there to teach you per se. They're
Yeah.
there to get you to learn on your own through
Expand.
reading and doing experiments and using those statistics and putting the scientific method and coming up with your own thesis and hypothesis about the world, right? So you can go out here and be better, right? So I
But
don't
you
know.
know where those critical thinking skills are found within the
Mm.
brain on the
Yeah,
rationale side.
yeah. That's
We
just
gotta let
the
go of
logic side of your
emotions.
brain. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's so emotional these days, man. It's just
Well,
like,
it's because of what's in front of them, Faye. Like all of these platforms that you see
yeah,
are
eye
art.
gates, ear
They're
gates.
they're all art, right? So
Yeah,
so that side of your brain is engaged on a regular basis, right? But if those platforms was filled with math and science, nobody be paying attention to them, right? Like nobody be
hey,
paying attention to them. I mean, there'll be a small population that'll be paying attention to it, but like the art side of the brain is engaged more and more and more. People, creatives, more and more and more, right? Because
yeah, and it gives you
one,
an instant dopamine release too.
exactly, and people are also receiving profits from it, right? Some people are receiving
Yeah,
profits from the art that they put out. But like, if that's what's in front of you every day, right? You're gonna start thinking with that side of your brain and believing the first thing you see and not doing any research and you know
killing your brain cells daily.
yeah, yeah,
The little ones you got.
I used, I used to say that to my nephew all the time. Damn, bro, you smoke them away and you think them away. I ain't never
damn,
seen nobody just give them
Burn
brain
it.
cells
Well, he
away.
burned them up.
burn them up.
Burning them up, bro. And then when we think about like podcast culture, you know what I mean? Like podcast is so innovative because it allows us to see how other people think.
Hmm.
You know, their point of view or perspective on different subject matters. But you got to think of these young cats out here, man, that's just sitting around and they listening to the Jim Joneses of the world that have never developed. You know what I mean? You 50 years old, still doing the same stuff you was doing when you was 25. You know what I mean? And the
Right.
only thing that has passed you by is time. You haven't gained much of anything. You haven't really expanded yourself. You haven't started any new businesses, platforms. You know, you haven't taken a deep dive into any interest beyond the one specific thing that you do. You know what I mean? And I ain't knocking the brother. He great at what he do, but everybody don't need a microphone when it
Yeah.
comes to teaching the next generation, man. Because
Facts.
when I look at you, for me, like somebody said earlier, uh, I'm gonna put it like this: when I was younger, I had a mentor tell me, if that person is not where you want to be, then why are you listening to them where you are?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you are not where I want to be, then you know, in one ear and out the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You really, I'm not saying that I can't give you grace. I'm not saying we can't be friends and I can't give you time, but I got to classify the friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be over here. You got to be one of them happy birthday friends because you don't offer me anything. You know what I mean? I like to be, like you said, you know what I mean? Once you get to a point in life, I got there probably, I want to say 10 years ago. I
Mhm.
thought I was just losing friends left and right, but it wasn't really losing friends. It was that our maturity level was on just two different, we was just on two different spectrums. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I had gained so much wisdom and just, different knowledge and things like that, that I just wasn't really, be honest with you, man, I look back and be like, man, I spent a lot of time with them being dumb, you know what I mean? And doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? When we could have been developing, we could have been growing,
Hmm.
but it is what it is. When it comes to that, you're gonna lose friends. But one thing I say about a friend, go find another one. There's plenty of them out there. 8 billion people in the world.
I also feel like though we give too much credit to like these stars, these athletes, like as role
Oh
models.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I don't even think
Agreed.
most of them see themselves as role models or understand the influence that their voice has on people. So like when they're
Mhm.
out here making decisions, they always gonna make decisions what's in their best interest because they're human beings still, right? So they're gonna make
Yeah.
decisions based on their circumstance, what's going on in their life, and whatever's profitable to them, they'll try to hold on to that shit as long as they can. And like that's cool. But I don't expect not a one of them to be a role model for me. Who's this?
Exactly.
This guy right here is the leader of the young generation. Just being honest.
Who is that, bro? Oh yeah,
NBA young
NBA
boy.
young boy.
he
Yeah,
he don't
bro.
recognize
So what is
the
it?
influence
Is
he
it
has
young
on
boy
these
NBA or is it NBA young boy?
NBA young boy. But
How old is the cat?
he dropped the NBA, so now it's just YB or Lil Top. Let's see. Let's see how old Lil Top he is.
It
For
said
the
right down
name,
on the there. He was born in what? 1999 to the right.
I can't see it.
It's zoomed out too
he
far.
So
26. He 26.
What year was he
so
born? It
he's
was that
like
90.
the most influential person that's out right now.
I would say. I would say that. Just
I don't
listen
know
to
too
the
much about him.
just listen to the younger generation. I would say he's definitely the most influential rapper right now.
That nigga probably can't even conduct the interview.
Nah.
What he sound like when he talk, man, my mama, man, oh my mama, man.
Mm.
Slime.
Ain't nothing with
Slime.
it, homie.
Yeah, man. Like you said, everybody. I mean, like you said about the Jim Jones thing. Like the brother's great in his craft. I mean, he's talented, but everybody's not. Everybody shouldn't be on interviews and certain pedestals.
You said is he 50? He's 50
He-
years old?
He's 50. Oh, who that?
Jim Jones.
We can find out. I'm not sure.
That's crazy. I didn't know he was that old.
I mean, he looked like it.
Jim Jones like 60, ain't he?
Uh, not that Jim Jones. There we go. He's 49. He's 49.
49.
Yeah. He's 49.
I mean, he's still trying to live it. I get it. I get it. And then, like Mark said, a lot of these guys, they don't know. They don't know what their own influence is.
Right. They don't
You know what I
know.
mean?
So they gonna do whatever they
They
want
don't
to
know.
do.
Yeah. And then you got so many little young individuals. I feel like a lot of times when you got kids that's in the range of like probably 15 to 21, they mainly looking for community. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so that's why you get a lot of people who shift to the LGBT, LG, whatever community. You know what I mean? You got people that shift to, Turning Point. You got people that shift to the streets. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
got people who, you got people who they just shift because they're looking for community outside of their family. You know what I mean? And you just they don't understand the power of what influence is. And they don't understand the power of the ear gates and the eye gates. They just out here, young and impressionable. You know what I mean? And the next thing you
Right.
know, you wearing your pants the way they wear their pants, you talking the way they talk, you making the same moves that they make. But what you gotta look at is this nigga 49 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
with no real business mantra. You know what I mean?
I get what
Last
you're saying though, because
You
like
just a
uh,
product
at,
of your
at one
environment
point,
and what you see.
like I was young, wanted to wear my clothes a certain way and all that good stuff. But as you grow, right, like, and once you start taking serious jobs and things like that, like your sphere of influence has to change. But like
Mhm.
if and
hmm
but this goes back to what I was saying. If he's been profiting off of you know, his NIL, name, image, likeness, since I was a kid, and like that's how he's getting it, then that's how he's getting it, and that's the only way he know. You understand what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I
No, I
won't knock him
definitely
for it,
understand.
but again, I think we put too much credence on having these people as role models, right?
Right.
But like,
Mhm.
but it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's like all these platforms are art platforms that are in front of you: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that. So like that's all that people know right now. That's all that they know, right? So in a way, you say it's like dumbing down society. Yeah, maybe I like, because you know if
I don't
they
think it's
think
no maybe in it, bro.
you
Look,
think that
hey,
I can't, like
when I was
I
a
can't say
kid, you know what I used
scientifically
to
that's
watch?
100%.
When I was a kid, I'm
What's
gonna
that?
tell you, you gonna laugh
Hmm.
because most people that I meet, I'm not tooting my own horn, but most people that I meet, they say, "Oh man, you know, you wise beyond your years."
Hmm.
And I used to watch Miss Frizzle in the Magic School Bus. Miss
Yeah,
Frizzle
yeah,
kept me on point.
yeah, yeah,
Kept me on point. Beyond the
bro.
Magic School Bus.
From Sesame Street to Bill Nye, um,
All of it. But we don't have
even
this stuff no
no,
more.
and even the art dude on PBS. What was his name?
The dude with the fro,
Yeah, Bob.
Bob,
Yeah, him.
Bob. Yeah.
Uh, what else? What else was there? There was a
Mr. Rogers'
Rogers'
neighborhood,
Mr.
neighborhood.
Read a
Rogers'
Rainbow,
Neighborhood.
all
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, Rita
Read a
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
PBS kept us straight back in the day.
PBS, and I
Arthur.
think
Yeah. But see the difference there is that all of those different characters that you're naming are not just people who were thrown into the eye of influence. Those are people who were certified to be where they needed to be. You know what I mean? Lamar just wasn't on there reading because he was a black dude. Like he had a degree in that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
he
Like
was him.
yeah. So it's like we
Him
have
and
Pop
to
Harry.
we gotta guard our gates and our ear gates on who we allow to influence us. But a lot of times, if you don't know a sucker is a sucker, you just following a sucker, and who you gonna turn out to be? A sucker. you know?
So you know that old story, right? The Pied Piper led with fucking with music, influenced through music
Yeah,
and dance and hee hee ha ha, right? And had all them rats running behind him. Yeah, so it's got to be careful.
yeah, man.
Who is this?
So
Red
like,
Key Draco.
yeah, so like this is what deters me from social media, bro. Like it is this is all you see. Like he get on here, he updates each day. Like he might be like day 41 or day 154 of me saving up for a Hellcat. Like, bro, save up for a business. Save up for some land, my brother. Like
something residual, so you won't have, so it won't take you 150 days to save.
It's gonna last 2 more weeks, but I'm not even gonna let that slow me down, bro. It's all about money management. And even if this shutdown lasts the rest of the month or 2 months, I'm prepared, bro, because like I said, I ain't just saving for no car, bro. I'm stacking my money because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Now, even though I'm about to be getting this much of my checks, I'm just gonna have to re-break everything down, look at how much I get paid, and see how much I can save. It might not be $200-300 how I do every week. It might only be $40-50, but everything kind of like I told y'all in my old videos, bro. Everything counts. So if you got a job, bro, you gotta understand. You cannot be living check to check. You need some cushion. When I got my girl a couple years ago, bro, my job went on a shutdown. And it lasted 3 months, and I was not expecting that shit. And they fucked up my motion, and I had to run that shit back up when we got back on 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? You got to lock in, bro. Got to lock in.
you got a good message though.
So okay, so let's
I mean,
talk
I
about
guess
that.
I guess it ain't bad, but I guess he ain't
Yeah.
never had no stick up kid run up on him.
So this is the only point I was going to make about this.
It ain't
In
bad.
today's day and age, right? Like in today's day and age, why you got like don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it
man.
literally take one mistake, you're gonna end up publishing your address,
Mhm.
and you're like, oh, this nigga got dirt bikes in his fucking living room. Like, you know what I'm saying? People pay attention, bro. And like, not
Mhm.
everybody
Yeah.
out here got good intentions for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not
And the
everybody
worse
out
the
here,
economy get, the grimier people get.
right?
Yeah.
Not only that, like,
Some
you
hungry
know,
people out here, man.
you got lazy ass people. They'd rather rob than go get it, right? They rather rob than go work for it. That's a fact, right? The shit's happening right now to all these NFL players. They the people that's robbing them are
Exactly.
waiting till they see them playing an away game on TV and then going to rob their house and shit. Happened to Shador, and then it happened to old boy to play for the Titans.
Then like even on campus, like they hitting the locker rooms. You know, you got
That's
the
wild.
Yeah.
NIL money, you got the big chain, and you
It's
leaving them in the locker
like
room. It's
Rob,
And
crazy.
then
Robin,
beyond that, like,
Robin is the laziest thing that you can do. Like that's
I
the
mean,
laziest fucking criminality that you can do, bro. Like I promise you. Like you putting
you
yourself
don't need no skill.
no skill, and like also like it's lazy, bro. Like this man
Yeah.
work like, and then you doing it to somebody else who look like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the shit. Motherfucker work their whole life to get something and wanna take the time to show off something that they earned, like that they
Can't make
broke
it
their
up, bro.
back to earn, and then motherfucker take that shit. Nah, bro,
You can't make it up.
that's dirty, bro.
Yeah, well, I wish him the most success, but if he took that knowledge, if he takes the influence that he has
Mhm.
and then actually studies, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He would know, A, you don't need to have cash on you. B, make your money make money for you.
mhm.
I don't put my money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what is it gonna do? What
So
is the bank gonna do? The bank's gonna take my money and invest my money
yeah,
and make a profit off of it. So why not take
so,
my money and just make a profit off of my money versus putting it in the
exactly.
bank?
Say, but
And
let me
putting it
say
in
that.
the house is also a liability too, because I'll tell you one thing about insurance. In most governing states, if you got anything more than $500 worth of cash in your house and anything happen, it's not covered.
Mhm. So let me
It's
say
not
this,
covered.
because we don't know, right? That's a young dude right there, right? So maybe
Mhm.
he done figured out, like, or maybe he has the skill set. Maybe he's been to school. Maybe he understands these things, and he's saying them in a way where he can reach people his age in a way that they understand, right? So like,
Yeah.
because what he was saying there is 100% facts. This is stuff that I would
Yeah.
tell my son,
Don't
but
live check to check.
the message is different coming from him in the way that it's coming from in that
Yeah.
particular video. I ain't seen all his
I
other
see
stuff.
what
So
you I see what you did.
anecdotally, what he's doing makes perfect sense, especially because we just talked about it. The thing that's in front of people the most right now are all of these platforms.
Right.
People
Yeah.
people would rather go to school online than go sit their ass on the actual campus. People would rather try to find a certificate or find the information from a TikTok influencer or Instagram influencer before they ask a parent or uncle or somebody older. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just like this is where we
But
at now. This is where we
we live
are.
in a society of instant gratification. People want it right away. Maybe I need to go get my money out of the stocks and out of the bank so I can flash it online, give me some followers and stuff, see
Nah.
if I can make more money. He literally just carrying it around.
We already in April, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's been 90 days. Got to have something to show for your 90-day run. And my page ain't to make somebody feel bad, because I'm not saying you gotta have 8 fans. You feel what I'm saying, bro? If you don't have a job, make sure you can fill out some applications. You feel what I'm saying? Just something to show. When you look yourself in the mirror, my nigga,
The
after
message
the
is
next
good.
90 days, have something to show, bro.
Man, I got some
Something to be
little
proud of.
cousins to
You feel
run
what
up
I'm
on
saying?
him.
Because every day count, just like every dollar count. You know what I'm saying? I'm
How we
honest.
get there, Faye?
I'm honest with the side.
What the
I
fuck?
Every
just don't,
day
I
count,
mean, I
every
just want
dollar
this
count.
dude to put it in a
No
bag or
time,
something,
bro.
man.
But
Just
it
pay.
does, but the message that he's delivering will hit different if he's not. So think about your movies, right? Your movies have
Mm.
props. That's probably the same stack.
Yeah, I
same,
got you.
same
From the
stack
other
Over and
video.
over and
every
over.
video, right? Like, okay, all right, ChatGPT, I want to influence people to do better with money. And this is how I've got a total of $8,000 that I can put up in these videos. Well, it's popular to, so on week 1, so in your first 7 days, I want you to hold $1,500. Then in the second week, I want you to
It's a
hold
strategy.
$3,500. and show people that hard work can get you to this level. Make sure to fan the money. That's a popular thing to do on all the social media platforms. Don't
Put it on
drive
your ear.
around with it, but if you want to look like you're in the car, just do it right outside in your driveway for your own safety. Right?
And I get it because at his age range, I mean, young people like that, man, they looking at what they see.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, I always been, like I said, on the more of the rationale side. I remember being like 25 and seeing somebody pull up in a brand new car. They thought they was clean because they was in a brand new car, and I was like, damn, they paying $500 a month for that. You know what I mean? Like my brain has just always went to the other side. I've never been impressed by people. You know what I mean? And the things that they got, because I know you paying for it. You know what I mean? But you know, I look at little young cats like that. Yeah, I see your stack of money, but do you have health insurance? Do you go get your teeth cleaned every year? Because the teeth don't last forever. You know what I mean? Gingivitis is real. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
fact.
Take that money and go get some health insurance. Take that money and invest. Stop paying rent for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? But I do understand, young and impressionable, you waving the money, you know what I mean? He got his target audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all do.
But I'm old and impressionable. I'm old and impressionable in the sense that, like, if I see somebody that's getting it, especially they getting it the right way, like I want to know how. I want to know how.
Yeah.
And then like I want to position myself to do better, right? So when I was younger in my 20s, like my older sister, my brother-in-law, those were those influences for me, right? They buying their own houses, big ass houses in Charlotte and multiple cars, they doing this, doing that. And I'm like, damn, I feel like I got to step my game up, right? Start working harder and understanding like how to move money and understand how money even works from the get-go, right? So yeah, like again, that learning is a lifelong process, right? So that person's peak is not going to be your peak. That person's plateau is not going to be your plateau, right? So like you said, we can't move linear. Like our shit's got to be zigging and zagging all the way
Zigging and
up.
zagging.
Zigging
That's
and
life.
zagging, man.
Yeah, that's totally life. And then you gotta also think, so many people, how do I say this nicely? If you come from a little something,
Yeah.
you know, you seeing somebody with $8,000, that's not really impressionable.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So, you know what I mean? If your mama and daddy got bread, you seen bread before. You know what I mean? If your grandparents had bread, then your aunties and uncles, your cousins, everybody got bread. You know, but I can understand, like I said, he got his specific demographic, you know, that he's speaking to. But yeah, we should be students for life.
Yo, what that say?
We should be.
So this one that kind of got under my skin the other day I ran across. It's like, stop pretending them early 2000 cars still a flex in 2025. Like, bruh.
No,
early 2000.
That's a
I
bigger,
got a 2004 Honda Civic that'll run you down right now.
And hold up, that's a bigger flex, because if you got your shit in 2025 and it ain't paid off,
yeah,
I'd rather have them cars from the 2000s.
Yeah, of course.
That's a way bigger
well,
flex.
I'd rather have the cars with the gears and the bolts than all these doggone fuses popping every 5 minutes.
And all them Hondas that's up here that you were scrolling past, all of them bitches you could put 200,000 miles on.
300, 400.
Yeah, even more. Yeah, like these damn cars today, bro. Like, you get one sensor go bad, your shit is done.
Done, bro.
Boy. And don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I get it. I think it's a preference thing, because I literally know somebody, all they buy is old schools. So like, and he's dropping big boy money into these old schools. You know, like he get done with an old school, he might have put 40 and 50 grand into the old school. Yeah. But he got several old schools. So you imagine what he's putting into a car, that making it not only run better, some of his old schools look better than the newer cars today. So it's just a preference thing. You know, I don't know, man.
And not only that, that tells you if he wanted to, he could have bought like newer cars. You know what I'm saying?
And that be my argument. I remember when I bought the Lincoln, dude came up and like he asked me what I got the Lincoln for. I told him, "Oh man, you could have dropped that down on a scat pack. If I
That ain't what
wanted
I
scat
wanted.
pack, if I wanted a scat
Yeah.
pack, I would have got a scat pack."
Right? Like, so
Man,
somebody
But see,
got
that's
somebody got to
that's
help
the
me about these
beauty of
cat packs, though. Like, well, I don't even know why.
that's the
we
beauty of
gotta
other
stop
people
that.
though.
We gotta stop that.
But where they come from? Where these scat packs come from? And like, why are they so popular?
Because
Why are they so popular?
that's what the
YNs.
YNs steal, not even buy and afford. They strikers. Yeah, man.
I remember it was the Trailhawk. Before that, it was the what was everybody going?
Nissan
The
Altima.
Challenger.
The
Everybody had a
Altimas,
Challenger.
the
Challenger, yeah.
Challengers.
See, I wanted a Challenger, but it wasn't even like this before. So SRT has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Like with the Dodge Neon had SRT.
Yeah.
And,
So they had a Durango with the SRT.
And the Magnum. Like the Magnum was SRT.
Those were big in the
What
early
was that
2000s.
car everybody was getting in the 2000s? Because
That's
it looked like a fake. It's like a fake Bentley.
Oh, the Chrysler
Everybody,
300.
the Chrysler 300s, boy. Everybody had them.
I like Cat Williams until the Bentley pulls up beside it.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
and you know what? It does look like.
Hey,
until an
I'm gonna tell y'all. I had a dude. I won't say no names because we on live, but I had a dude call me. This was years ago, man. He had a clean Chrysler. I'm talking about clean 22 system and everything in it. Couldn't afford it no more. He go call me telling us, hey, I need you to help me out. I'm trying to get the insurance to total this thing out. I said, bro, no, I can't help you, bro. Ain't a thing I can do to help you. About 3 months later, he called me telling us, yeah, you know somebody stole my Chrysler 300. I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure they found it with the keys in it running.
With the guy.
Stop the cap.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that like I've never experienced it more to like I started living in the South because you got all these damn lakes and rivers and all sorts of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers like they be dredging out cars out of these goddamn lakes and rivers.
Yes, sir.
Monthly, bro. Like you be like, what the fuck?
we had somebody my way, man. They buried the car with an excavator.
Dang.
Hey man, let me tell you, anytime the economy takes a dip,
yeah,
a Hummer,
a whole
insurance fraud gonna go on the rise.
Yo, so speaking of insurance, like, so when I retired, I wanted to move to Florida, right? I ain't gonna lie, I really wanted to move to Florida.
Don't do it.
And then then somebody wise down there was like, hey, don't do it. You can't even get insurance on no house. You can't get insurance on a house. They don't want to insure anything. And I was like, why? They were talking about that weather, the hurricanes and flooding just destroyed that market. So all the companies that moved the hell up out of Florida. I was like, yo, that's wild. Or if you do find it, it's gonna be more than what you paying on the house. Like I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
But that's on any coastal plain. It's like that in North Carolina, all the way up the East Coast plain and the West Coast plain. If you live, because like the way insurance, it's like a ratio that we go by. So like the more likely you are to have a loss, or the more problematic you are, you know what I mean, as a customer, the higher your rates are going to be. But unfortunately, so many insurance companies from about, I want to say like 2008, you know what I mean? From about 2008 to 2010, man, they just being swamped in Florida, being swamped. I mean, you got it to the point now where Big Red, one of the nation's largest insurance providers, they still owe. I mean, you had Hurricane Maria almost 3 years ago in Florida, and people have not rebuilt from that. You got Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, people have still not rebuilt from that. And it's just the classifications of what is caused by Mother Nature during those disasters. It's just hard to obtain, man, because you don't know what the wind did. You don't know what the rain did. You don't know what flying debris did. All you know is just mass chaos. But I would never advise anybody, if you're going to move to Florida, man, get a condo or get an RV. And when they say it's getting ready to get up out of there.
Yeah, I
You know
was
what I
like,
mean?
if I do it, it'll be somewhere like Tampa, and it'll be like
Hmm.
a condo type situation. But then but then I think it was like maybe
Temple
3 years
just got hit,
ago, I
didn't
watched the damn
it? Yeah.
apartment collapse. And I
Hmm.
was like,
Yeah.
man, you just can't win for losing. Then I thought about Thailand, and they had that damn earthquake over there, and the whole buildings was over that bitch.
Yeah.
I was like,
But you
Yeah.
dude,
know, Florida got a lot of sinkholes too, man. The
they
water is
do.
underground as well. You know what I mean?
California,
For me, I'm going to California when I retire. That's where I'm at. So I'll
California ain't no
definitely be over
better. They
there.
got them. They get fires out there. They
Wildfires.
Yeah.
wildfires out
Yeah.
galore. They still get tornadoes. Be it they're mild.
Yeah.
They got sinkholes, and the wildlife out there is crazy. You be outside, the fucking mountain lion be in your backyard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on what part of California, they got bears. But like wherever you want that good weather and that relaxed
Yeah.
living, dog, like you dealing with that
Yeah.
shit. It just is what it
I'm
is.
going for the lifestyle. I don't plan on buying no property.
It's
Like when
expensive.
I
Oh,
retire, I'm cashing out of everything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Give me the money. I don't want to own nothing when I retire. You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all remember? I don't know if you was on one episode we had, but I mentioned priorities, and I think me and Soup kind of was going back and forth with that. Like you see the double wide, and then you see the Ferrari or the Porsche in front of the
Yeah.
double wide. What's your input on that? Or
I mean,
let me show
like,
you a clip. Let me show you a clip of a popular.
bro, you ain't got to show me.
Please
I
show
work
it.
in insurance.
No,
I pull up to that every day.
I want to see it. Are you
A
so
popular
Fayway? You work
blues
as a claims
artist.
adjuster?
Huh?
You work as a claims adjuster?
A regional adjuster.
Okay,
Yeah, I used to be claims way back in the day. Yeah.
gotcha.
So this
I just
is a
manage other people.
Yeah.
this is a popular blues artist. So we know he got the funds,
Okay.
of course, just by looking at the first vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a
So the little
Southern
Cadillac next
soul,
to it.
yeah, Southern soul artist.
Okay.
But this how he living. He's in Louisiana. So
Okay.
let's I want to roll the clip.
See a fence line there. So okay.
That's crazy, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I got zero issue with this. You know why? Because that whole plot where his trailer at, he own it. He own it mortgage free. He owned that, and that's about an acre at least, right? That he owned outright. Why not buy toys and have fun and live his best life?
I see ignorance.
I mean, I don't know. I ain't never gonna tell nobody how to enjoy their life. But like it, and I will say this: if he not paying like $400 a month in rent for a trailer, right? And he actually owns that land, owns the property that's on it, and then he's got all those cars and shit. Live your best life, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
He's living his best life right now. Right now he is.
Okay.
But we got to think about, like, my guy easily got $300,000 worth of assets sitting out, deteriorating. Right? We ain't even got him garage kept. So resale value gone. You got motorcycles, ATVs sitting outside. Resale value gone.
For sure.
Right? You got a mobile home that's sitting on a land property in Louisiana. We all know Louisiana's up underwater, right? So if we look at causation, right, and we look at the effects of global warming, the strong storms that's coming through, land value in Louisiana ain't what you think it is, bro. It's not what you think it is. Land value in Louisiana is actually a depreciating asset as well. So
even if it's considered livable, he's already got septic and all of that good stuff.
It's up underwater. Louisiana's up underwater. It doesn't matter which way you put it. Yeah, it's sitting like this, right? Here's the levee lines. Here's Louisiana, right? It just sits up under. Those levees blow. It just is what it is, right? I ain't knocking the brother for doing what he's doing, but what I'm saying is, years from now, he was a what? You say he was a recording artist?
Yeah, Southern Soul artists.
Southern Soul artist, right? So everybody got their time on it, right? Everybody got their time on it. By 50,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? What other avenues or what investments have you put into that's going to allow you to afford the taxes on that land when you're 75 years old?
I
Let's
mean,
not even talk. Let's not
royalties are
even talk
forever. So
about
if he's a popular
if
artist,
his contract is right.
yeah. I
if
mean, that's
his
the truth.
contract is right,
But most
right?
All of that could have been bought with advance money. I like again with just going off of I'm assuming the best possible scenario because I don't have enough
Yeah.
information to make a objective opinion on dude's life. But
I was
let's
just
just give
gonna
him the
say
benefit
more.
of the doubt and take Louisiana out of it. If that had been a guy in North Carolina that wasn't living in a state that's underwater, like do you feel like it's issue with it then? Like he owns that land? I will say I agree with you that he should probably build a big ass steel building, get one of them American steels and park all this shit inside there to make sure he's protecting. But cars aren't assets. I will never look at a car as an asset, bro. Ever.
Yeah. Well, don't
Right?
look at a mobile home as an asset either, because it's not one either.
No, but the
You know,
the land
yeah.
itself. If it
Yeah.
you know you've
It's
had
about
the land inspected,
a little
the
over
dirt
half an acre.
inspected, you got septic out there, you got access to internet and electricity. That's a plus. Like that land will hold value, right? Somebody will buy it,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah, but down this way, bro.
and that's what I don't know, right?
A little
So like
over
y'all
a
both
half
just schooled me.
acre. I'm looking at land by the way.
7,000, 10,000.
Yeah, 8,000,
It ain't no
9,000.
money, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't no
$7,000.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me get
That ain't no money.
let me
Come on down the
let me
road,
get
man.
two let me
You
get
see
two
what
of
my
them.
dude said. You see what my dude said, man.
Say that, just cut it out there.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get two of them.
Yeah, man, for real. Like a little over half
Yeah.
acre.
Can I get them adjoining? Can I?
No, they come together. Like
Oh yeah, let me get
yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
9,000.
I feel
bro.
like, you know,
that's why people come to
that's
this way
his
to
personal
retire.
decision.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's always preference.
But when I look at
it's-
stuff like that, I'm not
Yeah.
impressed.
Nah.
Yeah, man. I like the vehicles.
I'm not
Don't get me
impressed.
wrong, G-Wagon
Yeah.
out there, Corvette. I'm far from a hater, bro, but it just don't look right.
And it also doesn't make you money. Like I said, I am a very analytical person, right?
Yeah.
And if you are up under the age of retirement and you are not investing your money into residual income that makes you money, if you don't make money when you're asleep, it's a problem. It's a problem. You can have all the cars, the jewelry, all that. But if you ain't making money when you sleep, when you wake up, if your phone don't say, "Oh, you made this $1,400 in stocks last night," it's a problem. You know what I mean? It's a problem. We gotta think longevity.
So Fayway and Mark. So like, if he had the cars on Turo, I
would think a little bit better about it. Right?
You got a
absolutely.
G-Wagon out there. Who don't want to experience a G-Wagon, a Corvette, a Harley?
All of it. All of it, bro. And
or
like that,
besides all of that, just open you up a rental agency, right? Or if you want to stunt, rent a car.
I know he don't drive. I know he don't drive the vehicles. First of all, bro, every time I look around on Saturday or Sunday or Friday, you on somebody flyer, like you on the road, and we ain't talking in Louisiana. You doing shows in Mississippi, Alabama. You hitting 10, 12 spots a week.
So would it make you feel better if? Remember, I just asked you if you could buy him adjoining, right? Would it make you feel better if his neighbor is his sister, and then his next neighbor is his mom, and his next neighbor is his grandma? Like they got like a family compound right there.
I guess.
Would that make you feel better?
I guess, but
so I mean, we don't like without.
If
knowing
you still putting trailer homes
situation,
on them,
but I don't know. I'm not knocking it.
I mean,
I don't get it, bro.
It's because your brain is thinking on the analytical side. Your brain is saying, you know what I'm saying? Just take the emotion. Yeah.
Again, I'm just the one that like with limited information without.
Yeah.
I don't even know that dude lives there. You know what I'm saying? That might be a spot. He just be like, you know what? This when I come to Alabama, this where all my toys is at, and maybe his brother or somebody lived there. Yeah, and, you know, any of that could be. So I will say
And maybe,
though,
he comes from a generation, or comes from a family where, he never had nothing. And so to
Nobody
him,
say
he
because
think he
we
is making the right decisions. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He doesn't have that
yeah.
much exposure, but I really think, like, when you get money, one of the first things you gotta do is sit down with a broker and a financial analysis. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, before I even had money, like
mm.
when I first realized, like, oh, I'm first generation. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find somebody who know what they do to teach me so I can have it. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
we
y'all
all
give me
make
a
our
second,
different
y'all. Gotta
investments in life.
check on my little one real quick.
I don't know about. But yeah, like to me, I was always told and kind of looked at people with money. They don't have to do much, and they're not gonna show you they have money. If you go put
Freedom
yeah,
is money, bro.
if you go
Freedom.
put one of these rappers up against if you go grab name me a rapper.
Bro, Jay Z, you talking to some? I don't listen to music.
Okay, besides Jay Z, I know you don't listen, but just like a artist that we
Um,
Young Boy, NBA Young Boy, that we just
yeah. Wait,
okay,
what's my guy? Gucci. I like Gucci.
Gucci, okay,
Is he
Gucci
not
Mane,
reveling anymore?
okay. So we go grab Gucci Mane and tell him to come out the house, best he could dress. So we already know what that means. He gonna have on some kind of designer shirt, some kind of designer jeans,
Mm-hmm.
designer sneakers. He gonna have 4 or 5 big chains on, right? And we take Gucci Mane and we say, go stand beside Jeff Bezos. To the kids, Gucci Mane's gonna look like he has more money.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go to net worth and we actually go and dig up, the facts, Gucci ain't nowhere near Jeff Bezos financially. You know what I'm saying? So we're the only
But that's
group of people,
cultural.
right? We try to make
Mm-hmm.
the world believe that we have.
But that
We're
comes from
poor,
financial literacy.
right? We're
That comes
poor.
from financial literacy. When you think of people like Jeff Bezos, when you think of people like Mark Zuckerberg, when you think of people who run Wall Street and they really run money, even Donald Trump, for instance, right?
Mhm.
I pull a receipt on you, right? I can go downstairs and I got a 6 carat wedding ring. It's just
Mhm.
ridiculous. I don't even wear it. You get what I'm saying? Like, because
Mhm.
it feels so gaudy on my hand. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'd rather, like if I want to make a statement to you, then I'm gonna make a statement to you by saying, you got on this one necklace that cost $2,000. But if I take $2,000 and, invest it in gold, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning with $4,800. You know what I mean? And that's how they think. People who have money don't put money into things
Right.
because their money has to make money. You know what I'm saying? Your necklace not making no money while it's sitting on a drawer. Your fancy clothes not making any money in the closet. You got a lot of the rappers and influencers and stuff like that. They don't even own homes, right? They just rent them because it's all about the power of perception and influence. But for me, again, like I said, I'm an analytical person. I'm not impressed with that. What's your tax returns? You know what I mean? Show me your stock. Show me your brokerage. Where's your brokerage account? Like, I think like I've lived long enough to know that, I shouldn't smile just because you do have a G Wagon or you do have a Mercedes Sprinter truck and a driver. You know what I'm saying? I can pay somebody to drive me too. It ain't gonna cost me but 30 grand a year. We all know a sucker. You know what I mean? We all know somebody that'll drive for us. But you know what I mean? It's just it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
I think in our lifestyle, like in the Black community, I think that, the culture of rap, and you had Run DMC and them really come in back in the 80s with the thick chains and, the jogger suits and the Adidas. They were one of the first ones that really popped out with what we call now an NIL deal. You know what I mean? With Adidas and stuff like that. So I think like that's just an impressionable side of our culture.
mm,
And we as parents, we gotta do more to influence our kids with Black culture. You know what I'm saying? We really gotta expand their minds on how you handle finances, how you invest, what a true investment is, what is liquid, you know what I mean? What is an asset? We got to do better when it comes to, you know, not just raising our kids, you know, to the age of 18, but really driving as much information and education into them as possible so that they make better decisions in life. You can ask my kids now, they ain't finna be impressed by your G-Wagon or your gold chain either. You know what I mean? But it all depends on how you raise.
So I agree with you on mostly all of what you just said, except the gold chain piece. So if you think about it, right? If Faye, if you would have bought 6 gold chains back when you were in high school, and I bought 6 gold chains back when I was in high school, right? Like those things absolutely would have appreciated over time. They wouldn't be liquid, obviously, right? You would have to go get them like melted down, turn into bars, whatever you want to do, and then sell them. But like the cost of gold from like 2000 to now, right? We're talking a huge jump, right? Today, let me see. So December 2025, gold is hovering around 43 to 43.50 per ounce, or $138 to $140 a gram, right? So back in 2000, let me see what it was in 2000.
Bro, I get what you're saying,
Yeah,
but I mean, you know,
but like
his
Brandy,
comparison was Gucci Man and Jeff Bezos, right? And so
you don't, you
my
can't,
my answer is
No,
Jeff Bezos is investing his money. You know,
yeah.
Gucci
so
Man
we
just
take,
wearing that shit around his neck.
yeah, that's what I said. We go grab Gucci Mane and we go put him beside Jeff Bezos. You know,
Nah.
the kids are gonna favor Gucci Mane because of his diamond chains and his
Well, you mean Moissanite.
Balenciagas.
You mean Moissanite.
And let's be for real, half of this stuff they wearing ain't real, bro.
That's what I just said. They be rocking that Moissanite shit. Like it.
Yeah, and they spending more money on the customization. You know what I mean? To have these items customized.
This is almost like
hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Right.
My mama leave.
But this to me, this is almost like the fine vehicles in front of the mobile home mentality. Like it's the same thing, bro. Like
So
I mean,
gold cost per gram in 2000 was $8.76 per gram.
bro.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and
like,
what is it in 2025? That's a major jump, right?
Huge. Per gram, it's $139, bro. That is astronomical. So if you think about it, like if you'd have bought like a few gold chains back in the day,
oh, you've been straight.
Yeah, you'd be good. And like there's a lot of wealthy people who do that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find this one dude on YouTube. He talks about it. He was like, dude, you think I'll wear this gold chain or this gold Rolex because I bought it and it's expensive? No, like these gold is the one thing that's been appreciating since he was a kid, right? So he bought, like, that's his way of investing. So like when shit hits the fan and he need to cash out or go liquid, it's easy for him to off some gold. All right. So like I get that. Like, but like rappers, I don't think, or like people in these industries, that ain't the reason they doing it.
You know,
obviously not. Right?
Come on, man. We know the real.
Yeah.
I mean, we for the culture, man. So we gonna address what we see wrong with the culture. Like it's a lot of, man. Like it ain't no ain't no disrespect. It's just, come on, man. It's more so, bro. My son is 6 years old. You know, I think about how old is Junior?
10.
Junior's 10. And Eli, how old is Eli?
9.
Right. So I think more of the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? Like if we can get it now for people my age, I'm 30. So we can get it now and know what to do to pass it on to our kids. So by the time they're this age, bro, we'll be good. But you know, it's got to start somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. Because if we keep continuing allowing it to go on and on, generation after generation, bro, like then we'll be having conversations. Well, we probably won't be here, but they'll be having these conversations about generational curses. You know,
They definitely will.
yeah.
So let me because this dude, his name is Robert Kiyosaki, Japanese dude.
Is
And
that the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Arthur?
yes, he is.
Right.
And I was trying to find the video because they interviewed him in his house. And let me see. Let me go home. See if I can't find this video. Because he was like, man, you think I'm buying this stuff? Here, yeah. Let me put this. Let me put this out real quick. Share screen. Google Chrome would like to record this computer screen. Deny. YouTube. Share.
Just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
You know, when I was 10 years old, I asked a question in school, when are we going to learn about money? He says, we don't study money at school. So why am I in school? You can get a job and work for what? Money. So why would we study money? So I was 10 years old. I smelled a rat. If we're going to get a job to work for money, shouldn't we study money? And guess what? We still don't study money at school. So that's why I formed the Rich Dad Company. So for those who want to understand money, good place to go to. Hi, I want to talk to you young people out there, male and female. This is my second book here, The Cash Flow Quadrant. You know, it's E, S, B, or I. You can see that there. So one of the mistakes I hear young people say, because a lot of my classmates said it, oh, I don't have to worry about money. I'm still young. And that's the mistake they make. You know, they don't get started. The reason I say that E, S, B, or I, E stands for employee. S stands for specialist or smart person. See, my dad was an employee, he was a school teacher. And my dad, as a school teacher, always said to me, go to school and get a safe, secure job. But I said, I want to get rich. So my mother was a nurse. So she says, go to med school, become a doctor. I said, Mom, doctors are smart. She said, you're right. I'm not going to make it as a doctor or a scientist or an engineer or something like that. And B stands for big business, like Elon Musk is B. Steve Jobs was a B, Trump is a B. And I stands for insider investor. In other words, we invest from the inside. E's and S's invest from the outside. They buy stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, and those things. I don't like them. So I wanted to produce my own stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs. So that meant my education. The reason I say the mistake young people make is, oh, I don't have to worry. I'm still young. Well, it takes a lot of time to study to be an I, inside investor. And it takes a lot of time to become an Elon Musk. I mean, it's dedication, put a lot of things at risk here. So that's why for many people, they say this book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, changes their lives. But you've got to start. So when I was in the Marine Corps, left the Marine Corps in 74, my poor dad, being an employee, said to me,
yeah, so like this dude, I really wanted to find that one. He's talking about gold.
I seen one with the title. He describes why you should buy gold. He explains why you should buy gold.
this is the best investment in the world today. It's called silver.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because I study history a lot. This here is fake money. I would never work for this stuff. It's good as toilet paper. So the biggest investment today is this. This is 35 US. And I think everybody in the world can afford this today. And I tell people every day, you should buy this. No, I'll save this. You see, they don't know the difference between this is fake money, this is real money, and this here is gold. Real money, fake money. So the yen, the rupee, the dollar, the peso, all fake. This is the
Yeah, bro. Like this dude.
Click the one.
Oh,
where
here
you-
you go. This
Oh,
is
okay.
this the one. My bad.
See, if gold today is, let's say, $3,000, and the prediction is gold is going to go to $15,000. That's a 5-timer. So the reason I buy a gold watch, I can buy a cheap ass Swatch watch or a Timex or whatever it is for $50. I have some of those too. But buying a gold Rolex, I'm not saying do it. I'm just telling you how I think and how poor people think. Oh, I'm going to get myself a cheap ass Apple watch. No right lefty Apple person would buy a solid gold Apple watch, because it doesn't fit their genre. But when I buy this thing here, I get to wear my asset on my wrist because it gets more valuable the more our government is fucked up. The more they print money, the more valuable. It's not the watch, it's the gold in the watch.
That's what I'm saying to you. And is he wrong, bro? Because like I just showed you, in 2000, gold was, what did I say it was? Almost $8.
$8.
Okay,
Yeah.
today it's $159. That's 19 times. 19 times its value today. And he's predicting that it's gonna do even more. It's gonna be 15 more times its value. Right. So
His
today,
prediction is right.
yeah. So when
Gold
he's
is
saying
gold is one of the most stable things on the market that you can invest in. I mean, it's better than crypto, anything. I got plenty of gold stock.
yeah.
So I definitely understand. But we
But-
talking about a rich Asian dude who
Yeah.
probably came from money.
No,
You
he
know what I'm
definitely
saying?
did. He definitely did though.
We talking our
He had a head
measure
start.
was people who were first generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You first generation, you have no financial literacy, and you walk around with 18. You walk around with a liability on your neck. That's what you walking around with. Somebody gonna snatch that shit. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I honestly don't even think a lot of people wear real, like real jewelry. Like when I go out and say for instance, like, my husband takes me out to a nice restaurant, or sometimes when I have speaking engagements, you know what I'm saying, I wear more of my jewelry because at the speaking engagements, especially like if I'm the keynote, my job is to be an influencer to the audience. So I'll put on a little bit more. You know what I mean? I put on a little bit of razzle dazzle, but at the same time, it's like if we go into a concert, you know what I'm saying? I'm not putting that shit on. You know what I'm saying? Because like
in a crowd of people,
just,
anybody can snatch your
I'm
shit.
not putting it on. Yeah, I'm not putting it on. But I also always look at, jewelry as one of those things. If you ever get down in the thick of the mud, the pawn shop right there. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to trade gold and diamonds and things like that. If you need to. I just don't think it should be our first investments.
No, and I
It shouldn't
agree
be
with
our
that.
first investments.
I feel like wealthy people, rich people, they buy those chains, they buy those watches as future long-term investments, and we buy that shit for show. So we buy it for glow, and they buy it for grow. You know what I mean? Like that. There's a disconnect there. But like you said, when you about to go out, sometimes it's almost like a vacation, right? So like you want to work your ass off your entire life and never have a break and do nothing for yourself. And it's the same thing. Like people sometimes they want to show the fruits of their labor. So I don't ever knock that. I just feel like
Funny thing about it is I got
you can buy that stuff and just understand it. Over time, especially gold, it's gonna appreciate. So like it's not really for you to be out flashing. That's like your rainy day thing.
Yeah.
Or you wear that shit in your house when
it's-
you're on a podcast with us. You know what I'm saying? Like
Let me go put that shit on.
Yeah.
Nah, I understand it. I just think that financial literacy should be something that, we all need a little bit more help in. I don't understand when I be seeing people with expired tags riding around with Gucci shades on. Your tags expired. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense to me.
need private athletes more so.
That shit is wild, man.
Where your name
It happens.
player. And then the other women who really doing their homework, how much that cost?
What you
It
watching over there,
happens.
F?
What I'm paying for
So
I ain't paying private. I'm Spirit. Put me on Spirit.
Some clip.
That's all I need.
That sound like Ocho.
Point B.
That's my dude. He and I are very
Right.
like-minded when it comes to.
so this is who I pay attention to.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it back up.
Ocho.
I'm gonna pull it back up because dude's smart, man.
Yeah.
And
And
I wish
people used to clown on being like, bro, you make all these millions and shit and yada yada yada, and you gonna hop on Spirit. You want nigga, it is 20,000 plus to fly fucking private every time you want to fly private. That
Yeah.
shit add up. Like, no.
And see, he thinking about the long run.
Yeah. And
He's
that's why
thinking about the long
he
run.
not and that's why he not broke today.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think a lot of those athletes and people who, I mean, think about it. You ain't gonna get money forever. You know what I'm saying? You ain't get. I did an insurance claim one time. Rolled up to dude's house, and I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, man, who is this dude? Like, I know this dude from somewhere. And I went up in the on the third floor, all the guitars and everything out. It was just a regular. I'm thinking it's a regular cat, and it's the dude from Kiss, the band Kiss. And I'm like, man, how you end up in North Carolina? You know what I mean? He just telling me, you know, like, I'm like, man, I can't believe like people who have a certain measure of success or a height of success, and you know, we think they multi-millionaires. This dude
Living in
living in a
Hollywood
regular,
for life.
living in a regular 500,000 square foot.
you know the
You know what I
Hardy
mean? A regular
Boys.
house.
You know the Hardy Boys in Cameron.
Yeah,
North
they live in
Carolina.
Cameron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bunch like that. But like,
Jeff and
I mean, I can't lie to you. Like, if I was to hit the lottery or some shit like that, when that should be at $1 billion, you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably not moving. More than likely, I'm not moving. Like, I mean, I live in my asset already, right? Set up some trust things for the kiddos.
Say
Man,
will
fuck
be
them
signs,
kids.
No, not mine. Not mine.
Say there will be signs though, huh, bro? The helicopter pad on top of the grill. Okay.
Nah, but like you're gonna do some things a little bit different, but the key is to not change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, changing your lifestyle is what gets them. Now I get like people wanting to be in private communities. You get what I'm saying? Like, my name is Faye Way on social media for a reason, because I don't want my God-given government name out. You know what I'm saying? Because 12, 15 years ago, I had a customer find me and was pissed off about a report, you know what I mean, that I wrote. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so I can understand want to live in a gated community with security and stuff like that. But until you sit down with a financial analysis, nobody's going to position you to think 30, 45 years down the line. You know, as you age, your insurance grows, but your insurability declines. You know what I'm saying? It's higher to get insurance as you age. You know what I'm saying? It's higher to get death benefits as you age. And so you're paying a higher measure of insurance. You know what I mean? People don't think about that. People don't think about, like, when you move to a small town, if that small town is within a certain measure of a large town, economically, that small town is going to grow. Your property taxes are going to grow. And so the $2,000 that you pay in property taxes in 1990 may, you know, be $9,000 of property taxes by the time you hit, you know, 2025. Can you afford $9,000 worth of property taxes? It's an increase, you know, but people don't think down the line. They don't think of, you know, I need a car when I'm 75. You know what I mean? You know, people just don't think, man. And like I said, unless you are sitting down with an analysis, or you have someone in your family who's going to proposition you to think about those things, they living for right now. And I know a lot of them, they live with the mindset that the money always going to be there. You know what I mean? They just live with that mindset. And we ain't even talk about the motherfuckers that don't pay the IRS their money. Let's not even get to that, because we got a whole lot of people of influence who lose everything they have because they don't know how to count that 23 to 28%. Yeah. The government, you can now outrun the government. They're gonna get you every single time. You got a social security number for a reason.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit on the last show that we had. How bad taxes is really a scam, right? Like it is atrocious, because especially when it comes to like the investing sector, right? So like if the government is not giving me any money whatsoever to put into the stock market or invest, why should they reap
double taxation?
Why should they reap any benefit when my gamble, because that's what it is, when my gamble pays off and I make $100,000, why I got to get them 22% of that? Like that makes
crazy, bro.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Right? There
hands
should
in
be zero tax on capital gains, right? Because and it's the same thing if you go in for gambling debts, right? So like if you go into a casino and you hit that bitch for $1 million, you should have to pay the government $0, because they contributed $0 to the money that you were willing to risk to make that.
They already got some of the money you went in to play with. So
literally, it's already been taxed. The money that you're about to play with has already been taxed multiple times.
Go to work.
Man, that ain't gonna be nothing to change. Your easiest bet is to change your citizenship, because it definitely ain't gonna change here, man.
Oh no, yeah, we know that.
That part. What you say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll the Ocho clip. I mean, we kind of passed on already, but why not? I mean, could be somebody watching that could benefit from it.
Obviously, you mentioned the jewelry. For what? The watches for what? What time is it? It's okay. I'm sorry. What time is it, please? What time? 6:21. How much that cost? Nah. Time is fucking free. Why am I paying for it? You telling me a watch is $200,000?
I like that too. Dumb. I don't do that. By the way, that much. I think watches are dumb too. Like I wouldn't buy a watch.
Fucking dumb as shit. People love to say, "Oh, it's an investment," blah blah blah. Time is fucking free. I'm not paying for it. You mean if I can get something that looks like it, the real thing, knowing I already got money, I'm gonna get the fucking replica. I just don't. Because what are you gonna tell me? Damn, my bad. Sorry. And then I played.
$50 million in your bank account. You're good.
I was the cheapest son of a bitch.
My man said, "I just saw 50 million in your bank account. You're good."
Yeah.
Right.
So like, and I'm with him on that. So like, I got a man's. He got the Balenciaga. He got the Amiri. He got the Rolexes. He got Audemars. He got APs, Breitlands. Why would I spend the real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the quote unquote knockoff, which we already been told the truth. It's the same thing. The real Birkin bag is made right beside
the fake.
The fake one.
Yeah.
You know, so but one thing about that. I wear them knockoff Jordans and be in the comfort of this house. not in the same roof as my mama or
I can't lie to you, bro. The one thing I will absolutely splurge for is my footwear, right? Because with that shit, it feels like you get what you pay for. Like I didn't have some bozos on my feet before, and let me tell you, they felt like bozos. And then if you go to do some activities, you go do some activities, and then bitches fall apart. You be like, nah, dog, nah.
But my argument always is, bro, if I wanted to, I can go to Foot Locker and buy 10 pair of Jordans.
Yeah.
Don't play like
yeah.
But
like
Jordan
I can't do it. Like I can't
Jordan
do
will
it.
never get $1. I mean, Nike, of course. I wear Nike. But all these dummies, and I'm just calling a spade in my eyes, all these dummies who camping out for these gammas that just dropped. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. As a grown man, why are you camping out for Jordans? But
yeah, that's a little extra.
And Jordan donate to prisons, you know what I'm saying? You scream free little Timmy and phone them. Yeah, no Michael Jordan then keeping them in there comfortable. Yeah.
Well, shit, bro.
Y'all got it. man.
It's good stuff, man.
Of course, man. I think we got a bunch of clips off of this episode, bro. A lot of information. Yeah, man.
Hopefully, people paying attention out there. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
you know they look, they listen, but they don't apply.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, they like everybody grows at their own rate, man.
Yeah.
At their own rate, and I respect it. Respect it.
I don't respect it. I don't, because if you want your circumstances to change, maybe your way ain't the way. Try Fayway.
Shout out to Fayway. Shout out to Jay.
Man.
Know they had stuff to do.
Yeah,
and your
man.
boy about to hop off too.
Oh,
but
yeah, man. Until
damn,
next
good
time.
show.
Oh yeah, man. Until next time.
All right, my brother.
All right, man. One.